just watch where you're going. She's probably thinking what the video. Just going through a nice little village. So this is Mikey, we're on day 2. Mikey's just hooked into a fish.
On day 2, but we've skipped day 1.
We'll do the video for day 1, don't worry. Day 1 was a teething day when we were just getting set up, getting everything in. I had 2 fish yesterday, £27, £24. Pictures will be in the video. Mikey, so far today, it's been a very quiet day. We're about 3 o'clock now. Mikey's just hooked into this one. It's gone tearing away. Yeah, I'll show you briefly around the swim while Mikey's playing it. We've got a tripod there. That's me. I'm just getting my rigs ready because I'm about to reel back in and chuck back out. There's one rod, spod rod, and there's the other 2 I've got out there. At the moment, I'm fishing straight out in front. I'm just about to move to the left slightly because I've just put my deeper out there, and where my 2 right rods are, in the middle of my right rod, there's a load of weed, so I'm struggling with the weed. So I've only had the 2 fish on my left rod, so I'm going to put everything just left because I've mapped it and there's not much weed there. So, but yeah, here we are. This is the one in France. So hopefully Mikey gets this in soon, we can show you a fish. This is Mikey's setup. So he's just straight out in front. He's fishing at 20 wraps. I'm fishing at 20 wraps as well. This one's giving him the right run around. It's took him all the way over that side of the lake. How's it feel, Mike?
It was alright, mate. I think it's bigger than the last one.
Mikey's last one was £27 this morning. So this is his next one. Typical, innit? We've left the rods now since 12 o'clock, so they've been out nearly 3 hours, just about to reel in and get the baits changed and stuff like that, and he goes
if
and...
I listened to you,
hey?
If I'd listened to you, the rods would have been in already.
Oh, alright. Yeah, Mikey's new 2-man bivvy. It's a lovely place, absolutely lovely. If the fish start feeding, then we'll be in for a good time, I think. Like you say, we're just picking the odd 1 or 2 up at the moment. So there is literally, there's 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 or 5 pegs on this lake, and there's only 2 of us here at the moment. Them over there and us just here. You want to get out of there, there'll be trees and all sorts down there.
I'm going back out now.
That's where I got wrapped up down my left hand side. Yeah, and this is an understatement, trust me. The first day was an absolute nightmare. We had a mare. I lost two runs which I missed. Then the 3rd one I hooked into the fish. It took me in the left, snagged me up. I had to get in and get all my rig back. It took itself, snagged around all the trees. Mikey's lost, I think he's had probably 4 or 5 runs yesterday. Then when he was spodding, his braid went Pete Tong, ended up chucking all his braid everywhere. So we ended up having to strip Mikey's braid reel, reload it with some spare stuff we bought just in case. so he's able to get some bait out. So today's really Mikey's first chance of getting some bait out, and this is his second fish. We've slightly changed the rigs as we were fishing and all. We were fishing the spinner rig, but we have slightly changed and done away with the spinner swivel and tied directly to the hook. It seems to be working at the moment. Like I say, it's second fish for Mike. Wow, it's gone right in the edge. Yeah. As you can see, it is a little bit weedy at the moment. I say I've just deepened out my swim, and I've been fishing 2 rods in thick weed. So, like I say, just about to move 2 rods left. Tonight, obscene amount of scenes. Just to talk you through, this is crazy. We've had nothing all day. It's been quiet. Well, Mikey's had 2, sorry, yeah. Mikey's had 2 today, but it's been quiet for me all day. I literally put tea on, go to serve up the tea, just dishing out it onto the plates. My ringside rod goes, so I go and hit that one, playing that fish. As I'm playing that fish, my right hand rod goes at the same time. Unbelievable, screams off, whacks it up, 27.5 pounder. Our pictures will be in there. And a PB for me, an absolute monster, 37.5 pound carp. 37.5 pound carp. Look at my pictures. I struggled to hold it. It was an absolute monster. That's what we come to France for. Quiet all day, 2 fish in 5 minutes. And now we sit down, just finished tea after heating it back up. Marcus screams off into another one. Here he is now. So we put enough bait out there today, thinking nothing of it. The carp must be in there feeding now. It's took us some getting going. We've been here a couple of days now, but now they are feeding. They are feeding, hopefully. Hopefully tomorrow's a good day. But this is Mikey now, playing his. Took some line off him at first. It's absolutely screamed off. It's now half 10ish, something like that, just after 10:30. Crazy. I'm not going to video the whole thing because I'm going to help him and land it.
Hi guys, so we're in France at the moment. As you're probably aware from the start of the videos, we had a slow start. The first 2 days, a lot of baiting. We probably put 10 kilo of baiting over Sunday and yesterday. First day, or the Sunday, Gav had 2 fish. I think one was 27 and one was 24. Yesterday was a lot better, to be fair. Gav has had a 37.5 pound carp, which is his PB. Well, it's PB over here. I myself, I've had 5 fish so far. My big's been 32. I've had a 25, and the rest have been 27.5. Decent, really decent fish, really decent fighting fish. This is our first time really fishing over here. we did come last year, but went to a family lake, probably no more than a couple of acres in size. Nothing really over £10 in it really. I'm just going to run through some of the tactics on the rig that I've been using. We've tried a lot, to be fair. We've been working quite hard to try and work out what we're going to be doing. I've been trying to figure out what rig to use. It's quite weedy. We didn't really expect the weed. We've had a friend who's fished here before. Didn't really mention the weed, so we didn't really come prepared for it. However, we've adjusted our fishing, we've learnt, and we've managed to get them feeding. We've managed to come up with a solution to what we're doing. So I'm gonna make the rig that I've been using myself, and then I'll talk about the bait after that. So to start off with, I've been using £20 braid hook link via tackle on wheels. It's been brilliant, to be fair. Really decent stuff. So about 14 inches. Just bear with me, guys, while I set this up. So into that, being a curved shank, again from Tackle on Wheels, size 4. Now what I've been doing is I've just been using a really simple knotless knot around the shank of the hook. Probably 7 turns, and then feed it back through the eye. If you're not sure what a knotless knot is, guys, comment down below and we'll certainly do a separate video with how to make one. So there is my hook alone, and then all I've been doing is an anti-tangle sleeve. Thread it on, and at the other end a very simple knot. Saying that, I can't even really tie it. There you go. Just a very simple loop, like so. Rig pull it, put it nice and tight, and that's it. That is all I've been doing. Gav's gone for a different tactic. He'll probably show his tactics a bit later on. Myself, I was advised to put a bit of putty about 1 inch away from the hook. That isn't working for me. We have used a deeper. We have had it out there. We have spotted the weeds, but the putty side of it isn't working for what I'm using or where I'm fishing. So I've gone for no putty, and to be fair, all my fish have been caught on fishing with no putty. So all I'll do then is put a micro swivel onto the hook with a hook bead to hold it in place. That's my bite alarms. And that's it. So that is all I'm using. Well, I'm just tying a boilie onto there, onto the micro strip with some bait floss, and that has been doing the business for me. It's as simple as that. I did try putty, about an inch away from the hook, didn't work. I've tried Ronnie rigs, they weren't working for me. I have tried a chod, didn't work. I've tried the helicopter system, it didn't work. I weren't getting the bites. I'm struggling to think it was sitting right on the weed. I don't know what the issue was, but I've switched to this, and this is what has been catching all my fish. I have been using wafters, so whether that's they look a lot more natural in the water, I don't know, but it's working. And when I put it in the water to have a look around, it's wafting quite naturally around the water. So whether the carp are thinking it's quite a natural bait and being confident to pick it up, that's what it could be. So the lead end is a very simple bit of silicone tube up your main line, and it is attached to a simple lead clip, okay, with a 4-ounce lead that we have got from Russell Leads. Absolutely top quality, very, very good, very well made, and a really, really nice guy as well. I've had the pleasure of going to meet him, and it really, they really, really are really good leads. They come in all shapes and sizes. We ordered 60 leads, and they were probably done less than the week. 3 to 5 days they were done. Really nicely polished off. You can get them coated, you can get them polished like this. I like the polished ones, and they are really, really, really nice. And that's all I've been using. Obviously my quick change swivel goes in the end there, tucks in there, and then obviously my rig sticks out. That's what I've been using, that's what I've been catching on. So that's my setup. Like I said, I've got no doubt Gav's going to do a bit of video about his. In regards to bait, we started off using casual carper, white chocolate and orange pop-ups. Gav's first 2 fish were caught on them. I then changed to them. I had nothing. They seemed to die down a bit. I think they were 12 mil pop-ups. We have changed tactics over, like I said, over the last 2 days. We've changed a lot of tactics. Me personally, I've come off the 12 mil boilies, and I've started to use 18 mils from mainline. I've gone for the high leakage pineapple, which have been glugged up with isotonic goo. That's what's been catching my fish. I've had no other fish or any other bait. That's what's been working for me. So that's what I'm going to stick to. Like I said, Gav's had fish on all kinds of different baits, to be fair. He's had them off casual carp pop-ups, he's had them off the casual carp wafters. He has had them off mainline. I think they are salty squid. I think he's had them off pop-ups. He is using rig putty. I'll let him talk about his setup and his methods. But that's what I've been using so far. So really, really, really hard work. We didn't expect it to be like this, but they are starting to bite. So hopefully we're going to get some decent fish. There's a lot of 40-pound carp in here. There are some 50s, and I'm told there are 4 fish over 60 pound. Mirrors, there's commons, there's grass carp, there's some koi carp as well. So it'd be nice to hook into a nice common. I've not really caught a lot of common since I've been carp fishing. A lot have been mirrors. And to be fair, it'd be nice to catch one of them koi carp. So we're on day, what is it now, Tuesday? So we're on day 3 of actual fishing. We're here till Saturday morning. So we've got a lot of time left yet, a lot of time. We've already had 2 runs this morning. We both had a fish on and they both come off.
Mine got snagged up.
Yeah, to be fair, Gav's got snagged up in somebody else's line that had been snapped off in the water, and it was braid as well. So it's very, very hard to shake it off. So just a quick one, guys. The hooks I've been using are these wide gape hooks from Tackle on Wheels, size 4. Absolutely brilliant. I've had 3 fish on him, and the sharpness has not been affected in the slightest. They're still as sharp as what they were in the first fish, and if I'm honest, Gav's had a Kamakura from Corda. He had 1 fish, and the hook went blunt. Not just saying that, you know, they do some amazing stuff. However, the hook that Tackle on Wheels have provided with is the wide gape size 4 barbless, like I've just shown you. There they are. That's what's on all my rigs. That's what's caught all my fish. I've not changed my hooks yet. I just, as I bring the rods in, a new rig goes on, but I've not changed my hook. Each rig I've had on, I've probably had one's had 2 fish, one's had 3 fish, and they're still sharp. As in, I'm dragging across my hand and it's catching my skin. It's digging into my skin. The Kamakura hook, size 4, it went blunt after 1 fish. I appreciate you can get sharpness for the hooks. I do appreciate that. However, we've said we're going to review tackle. We've said we're going to review them honestly. That's our honest review. Whether other people have had other experiences, I don't know. But from our experience, the Corda hook hasn't lasted, where the Tackle on Wheels hook it has. So we've always said from the start we're going to be open and honest, and that's what we found so far. I've not used the Kamakura hook, to be fair. I've stuck to Tackle on Wheels. Gav's been using the Kamakura.
Camo Tackle on Wheels now.
And now he's moved on to a hook that we've been given by Tackle on Wheels called Camo Green. I don't think I've actually got them here. I think they're in Gav's bloody. But it's basically what they say on the packet. They're a strike hook, and they're green in colour. And for here, it's been brilliant because it's so weedy at the bottom. The hook is matching the lake bed. I mean, I've not got one on. I've got the normal coloured hooks, but Gav's got one on, and he's had I think 2 or 3 fish on him now.
37.5.
And a 37.5 pound, and that 37.5 pound carp, the hook that he's used is still on his rigs and is still catching fish. They're still sharp. I can't fault them. Absolutely fantastic hooks. So get yourself over there, guys. Tackle on Wheels, the wide gape, the toe, the strike. What are the ones does he say? Toe hooks, strike hooks. They're all wide gape hooks. They're all brilliant. Absolutely all of them are brilliant. So, you know, we have got other ranges from Corda, which we'll try. You know, we'll put them on. We'll try them. But from the experience we've had today or yesterday, they've not lasted. Without having to sharpen them, they've not lasted. So I don't know. Well, I don't know how we were fishing. I don't know whether it's hit something on the way in. I don't know. But when we brought the fish in, we've unhooked it. The tip of the hook is curved round, which obviously means it ain't sharp. You've got to get that curve off again with a sharpener to make them sharp again. And if you want to be in and out quickly, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be coming in, changing the rigs over, out you go, get back on that swim, get back out on the feeding carp. So that's where we are so far. Like I said, we've got till Saturday morning, so we've got a long time yet. Last night was absolutely crazy, absolutely mental last night. It come to, I think about 9:45. Gav had a run, off it went, picks it up. And then his other rod started to go. We thought he ran across his line. But then when I had a closer look, his line was going the opposite way, and this was still going. So it finally hit his clip. The rod nearly went in, So I managed to grab hold of it, lifted it up, and it was a carp. And that was the 37.5 pound carp as well, caught on a salty squid pop-up. So yeah, he had a double run last night. Brings him back in, casts him back out. Probably half an hour later, mine scream off. Bring that in. That was a 27.5 pound carp. So this probably was around 1 o'clock in the morning. That went off. So I left it in, because I wanted to get some sleep. Left my other 2 rods out. I must have got into my bed. It must have been probably 45 minutes. Off again. My second rod went. Gets out, gets that in. 25 pound carp. Comes back in. Gav's rods run off. Unfortunately, by the time he got up and got dressed and got his flip flops on, he'd missed it. So that's where we're at the minute. So we're enjoying it. Now the fish are biting. We're starting to get used to it. The rigs we're using are now right. We've found out the method that we're going to be using. We found the baits that are going to be working. So fingers crossed, we're going to be getting a lot more carp. So I'll catch up with a bit, guys. Gav with another 30, 35 this one is. 35 on the nose. Didn't put up much of a fight, but whew, off it goes. The shoulders on that. Oh. What a mate.
It's 35, son. 35.
Hopefully get some more.
Feeding time at the zoo.
Boom.
Hey up guys, so we're now into the last night. It's took me a while to get my video out to you. It's been ups and downs all week. We've had a few quiet patches, but we put a lot of bait in to try and get the fish around. This morning was immense, triple take this morning. Mike is whacking one for me, other one's running away. Just as that's in the net, the other one shoots off, so we had to chuck that in a sling. And oh, it was absolutely ridiculous, but all good fun, and another 30 pounder. Overall, a lot of big fish, a lot of 30s. We're yet to see a 40. There's a lot in here, but we're yet to see one yet. So we've had a lot of 30s. Biggest at the moment for me is a PB of 37.5. And believe it or not, Mike is exactly the same. Mike is whacked out at 37.5 as well. So we've both got the same PBs at the minute. So if that 40 comes for somebody, it's going to be very bloody nice. But yeah, just to show you my rig setup then. I'm currently using a different system to Mikey. I have got one which is on a wafter, I've glugged up these for weeks before we come, absolutely weeks. It's an essential cell boilie from Mainline, and it's got a pineapple glug all over it, and I'm running £15 coated braid from Tackle on Wheels. I've gone for the lighter option than Mikey. Mikey's using 20, but I went for 15. And then I've been using a combination of a couple of different hooks. At the start of the week I tried a Kamakura from Corda. I thought, really sharp hook, fantastic. One fish, blump, I had to change the rig. Another fish, blump, I had to change the rig. So I thought, you know what, this is taking me a lot of time. So I changed to the Tackle on Wheels hooks. I've been running two of their hooks, actually 3 of their hooks. The strike, but I've got the strike in their standard strike, and I've got the strike in the camo. Camo's absolutely brilliant. I really like them. When they come on release, I'm going to be getting a few packs of them for sure. And the Tackle on Wheels wide gape. I've had probably, I'd say five fish on one rig, and the point's still sharp as you like. All I do, whack another one on, send it back out, and then reboil this one, so when that one comes back in, another rig on, whack it straight back out. But yeah, so I'm just using a knotless knot at that end, wrap it round, knotless knot, then with a bit of a hook stop and micro swivel on there, just for that to sit up. I'm not using any putty on this rig. I just want it to sit on the bottom because it's a bit weedy out there, and then just sit just on top of the weed, nice and light. That's why we started the week on a spinner rig, but we come off that as well because we felt it was a bit heavy and it was sinking a bit too much into the weed. So yeah, that's my first one. I've got one rod on that. The one that's been absolutely killer for me this week, same braid, same hook, strike hook, a little bit of putty about 1 inch from the hook, and I'm running a salty squid. So at the beginning of the week, fluoros were working. Towards the end of the week, I've gone onto a little salty squid pop-up, and that is doing the actual business for me. I had my PB on there, I've had plenty of 30s on there now, and that is absolutely killing it. Same again, we've gone for lightness, we've gone for the knotless knot, a little bit of putty, all this from Tackle on Wheels, and then obviously a bit of shrink tubing above with the lead. Leads, Russell's leads, can't fault them, absolutely brilliant leads. No breaking, none of them have gone wrong, none of the camos come off. Some of them we've casted. I think I'm only on my 4th lead since I've been here, 5th lead, so we've not lost a lot, and we've absolutely hammered them out. We've tried different styles of approach. We've gone from, say, 24 wraps right the way down to 18 wraps, and it's every time. But yeah, so that's my approach. That's caught me quite a few fish at the moment. I have got one other kind of boilie that I am using. I'm using it's like a squid. I gave Mikey a bit of squid, but then he went and isotonicked it up and put a bit of Wonderberry in there. So it's an absolute concoction. So it's a little white pop-up with squid, isotonic and Wonderberry. But yeah, that's caught me 2 fish. So that's the one I've kind of, my left hand rod I've been chucking either towards the house or in the margin, and that's the one that's just picked up the random fish. My baited area, that's I'm fishing at 20 wraps. I've been chucking it at 20.5 and 20 wraps just to get on the back end of the swim, but I put a lot of bait out there. So the 3 fish this morning obviously was key. I've spotted back up since, and it's gone a little bit quiet. So hopefully this afternoon, towards the evening, sometimes it gets crazy in the evening. So hopefully with this sort of weather we've got now, the wind, we've had the wind in our face all week, it's been horrific, but today it's died down. So now there's no wind, we can get the rods out exactly on point, get the bait exactly on top of it, and it's just working really well. So hopefully tonight we can utilise that, have a fish, a couple of spods, have another fish, a couple of spods. That way get a lot out, keep them in the area, and then we're coming home in the morning. So, but yeah, so far I've just totted up the fish count for our first time in France. Bearing in mind we are beginners, we've learnt a lot this trip. Oh, that's it, it's a run. That's it, Michael's is gone. That's a run. Should we go and video his run? Right, so this one, and then I'll follow it into Mikey's run. Stay tuned. Mikey just putting back his £28 common. Biggest thing for him today was catching a common. Well, in general in this trip. Look at that, solid bar of gold. Absolutely beautiful fish. Off it goes. What a battle. Mikey had a battle and a half for that one, and I just lost a bloody absolute monster of a fish. So I'm home now. All my gear's drying out, cleaned it all up. It was a long day travelling yesterday, and I had my football presentation last night. But this video, just a quick one to conclude. France, oh my God. For saying how prolific that water can be, me and Mikey caught 32 fish between us. Absolutely fantastic week. Slow during the day, hit up at night. And I really believe we've learnt a lot from that water. How to feel the lead down onto the spot, find the feeding spots, spodding, better at casting, hitting 21 wraps on the clip, easy enough. So yeah, we've learnt a lot that last week. I had to fish on top of weed. It's better to go with pop-ups or a light rig with wafters. We changed rig halfway through the week, which helped us catch a lot more fish. Very slow, like I say, start of the week, but I think they were spawning. So yeah, so in the end, 32 fish. Mikey PB 38.5 pound, my new PB 37.5 pound. Absolutely monster fish. We will for sure be going there again next year. Yeah, so like you say, we had the wind in our face all week. It was a tough week, but first time in France. Like you say, we are beginners, beginner carp UK, and we've caught 32 apps, from smallest being around about 20 pound, biggest 38.5. So really no complaints at all. We've caught on a variety of different baits. Things have stayed the same. Russell's leads stayed the same. Fantastic leads, can't fault them. I think I only went through 6 leads in the whole week, and the 2 that came off were when I snapped. So not a problem at all. Really nicely coated. Terminal tackle from Tackle on Wheels. Like I say, beginning of the week, I tried a Kamakura. Absolutely, they're good hooks, the sharp hooks. One fish, change the rig. Hook goes blunt. Fishing a water like that, where you want multiple fish on the same hook. So we ended up using, both of us, Mikey did from day one, but both of us ended up using all stuff from Tackle on Wheels. The hooks we used were 3 different kinds. They had strike, wide gape, and towel, which I think is their original Tackle on Wheels hook. Mikey used that one a lot. It's all size 4. And then I had some samples. I had a sample pack of the camo hooks that they're bringing out. So I've been testing them for them. Really impressed, really impressed. And that's all the hooks I will use for the rest of the year. Can't complain. If you ain't got a complaint about something, you caught a lot of fish, stick to it. So yeah, just this video was just to conclude, that's all. Pop in at the end, and then just to say thanks for anybody that's following. Any tips, if you want to know where the venue is, what we've been up to, our tactics, yeah, just give us a message, like it, subscribe. We are all, like I say, learning, trying to help people out there as well as help ourselves. Thank you very much for your support, everybody. Anybody that has got in contact with us, thank you very much. And keep following. We'll keep your YouTube ones coming. We're going to do a lot of evening sessions in the summer, so we'll get out there, get an evening session in, see how it goes, get some carp on the bank. We are going to hit a couple of the bigger name venues as well. We're going to have a go at Linear. We'll probably hit Barden Hall, and the biggest one for me, I think, is the home of the 30s and 40s. I want to have a good go at Cromwell's. Like you say, developing as carp anglers, if anywhere's going to test you, that's the water. So cheers, keep watching, keep subscribing. Thank you very much.